All right, here we go. I don't need these. I'm doing tarot readings. Hello. And it's been a while since I've used this channel, right? So welcome anyone who's here here already. Yeah, I'm in a new place. I'm in Thailand now, Bangkok. I'm not drinking. I'm drinking green tea, not. It's like a mixed drink. But yeah, I've been doing my other channels more, I guess. I have a music channel and a kind of channel about literature, culture stuff. If you want to follow those, links down below too. Always helps. So yeah, but I haven't done this channel in a while, and I feel like I've neglected you guys. So I want to come back and just say hi and see how you guys are all doing. Lisa and Christy, hello, welcome you guys. Yeah, I picked actually tonight. I have that topic of China, but China-U.S. potential war. But really, anything you guys want to talk about, anything you want me to do a reading on, just let me know, and I'll, if I have time at the end, I'll have time at the end. So unless it's like some really complicated thing that needs its own video, I can do a quick reading on that, or any individual readings too, while I'm here. Why not? I have time. I'm feeling good. What was I going to mention? Oh yeah, I didn't mention this in a while. If you ever want to contact me directly for a personal tarot reading, do so at superpeer.com/AdamSavage. And through the end of February, bust out this coupon code for, I don't remember how much it's off. 10%, 15%? I don't know. I made it a while ago, so it's some kind of discount. And stick around if you're not subscribed, because I'll regularly add coupons, I guess. But that one is still good through the end of February. Today is February something, 15th. Okay. Yeah, so that's good for another few weeks. All right. Read on Guam. I'm reading Carrie Price. When will I be able to afford eggs or sell my house? Yeah, I can do a reading on Guam, see what's going on. I don't claim to know anything about what's going on in Guam, so you're gonna have to help me. But I'll read on the energy that I see for that, because ignorance has never been an issue with me being able to read accurately. So it's more just like the more information you can give me, obviously, the better. But yeah, I'll read on Guam. So let me see how many people are here yet. Just like a few, I think. Maybe I should wait until more people show up and just get warmed up. I'm doing another reading on, not reading, I'm doing another live on Sunday. Again, I'm in Bangkok, so the time zone is obviously, I'm trying to do different time zones for different parts of the world, because I know people are all over. Oh, Carrie, yeah, so weird hearing your name. Yeah, it's like, I'm not just like some person on the screen, I'm actually existing out there, supposedly. So anyways, yeah, I try and do different time zones, and I'm doing a totally different time zone. It's raining, so there may be some noise, thunder, lightning, I don't know. But I think you guys can hear me okay. If you can't, let me know, and I'll turn up my gain input thing, but I don't want to turn it up too much, or it'll destroy your ears. What else? Oh, so yeah, I was mentioning on Sunday here time. I don't know what time it is where you are, but on my other channel, I'm doing another live. I'm reading kind of about Finnegan's Wake. I've been reading James Joyce, the author of that, for a long time, and I've done on my other channel. I did courses about it, and I mentioned that here because, in terms of magic, he's one of the most incredible magic writers. I think he's such a brilliant dude, and like just reading his books will change how you see the world. So I recommend them. They're very difficult though, so if you want help, go to my other channel, because I offer assistance in reading Ulysses and now Finnegan's Wake, and very incredible book. Okay, so I guess I'll get started. Why not? So I was going to read on the potential for China and U.S. to have conflict, and I've read on different aspects of this before, relating to China itself, relating to Taiwan. The only difference now is that these balloons have emerged. That I don't know if all the balloons are connected. I don't know. I'm barely following the news right now, but I am aware that yeah, they shot down the balloon, one balloon or more. I don't remember, but the point is, there's some balloons, and obviously the U.S. doesn't like that, and so on. So will this lead to war? What's the situation going to be like? I think I'll just do a general reading first of each country, how they're kind of playing their role in the drama of this, how they perceive themselves and in relation to the other country. So I'll start with the U.S. and let's see what I got. Interesting. So I was seeing for the U.S. a Three of Wands, which is it's like a card that's willing to defend itself, but I don't see it also as attacking out of the blue. It's more like kind of a wait and see card. So yeah, that's the U.S. what I'm seeing. For China, looking at China's energy right now, in relation to U.S. since these incidents with the balloons. I'm kind of hopped up. Again, another Wands card, Nine of Wands. This card though is more like it's kind of more on the defensive. So I feel like I don't see China at this point trying to accelerate aggression, and the U.S. I think is kind of like saying like, I think these two cards together, it's basically just like somebody saying like, are you gonna do something? And then China's like, I'm not gonna do anything right now. So I don't see this escalating from this moment. I wanted to look too at Taiwan though. Let's look at their energy because they're, between the two countries, and that always comes up in issues relating to China and the U.S. relations. With Taiwan, I'm seeing a Queen of Swords card. With this too, I don't see this. I don't see Taiwan being an aggressor towards China. They don't want. I don't feel like they want that. But this is like a defensive card that's basically ready to defend itself and keeping an eye on things. Very strategic card. I see Carrie, you're saying The Voyage of the Beagle is an interesting book. Oh, that's Darwin's first book, right? I've not read that actually. I've read Origin of Species, and I have not read Voyage of the Beagle. I would love to, yeah, because I know that's more, just more like I think. Well, I don't know. There's like a lot of fiction from that time about sea voyages. Herman Melville, of course, and yeah, I would be curious to read that. I have to say though, for Origin of Species, I was a little disappointed in the like kind of like the literary style of it. Like I feel like it's is obviously a very important breakthrough and a very important book in the way we view ourselves and so on. But I feel like I'm just talking about literary style, and I feel like I wasn't too impressed with it. But yeah, I would like to give Darwin another chance as a literary person. What's the other one he wrote after Origin of Species? The Descent of Man, I think. I want to read that too. I think that's kind of like my understanding is that in Origin of Species he kind of avoided referencing humans too much because that would like upset a lot of his readers. So he kind of just said like the natural world has this principle, and then he saved it till later to the Descent of Man to kind of address humanity. Yeah, interesting. You should mention that. Does he go to Guam in that? I guess that's why you're mentioning that. I have not been to Guam, by the way. I'd be curious to see it. I think I can use U.S. dollars in Guam, right? That's kind of fascinating. Okay, so back to reading on China and the U.S. I see. Okay, so I was going to look though at the remainder of this year. Can we expect any conflict between China and the U.S.? And I guess will the conflict accelerate? And I'm talking not just like about physical conflict. This may not be physical war, but I'm just saying like the tensions and the cyber warfare, things like that, espionage. Will that be increasing or will it be overall decreasing? Yeah, I'll have to visit Guam. It'll be I think in most places I'd like to visit at some point. I've traveled to, I think about maybe 20 countries, and they're all fascinating in different ways. Not getting a clear reading. I think because I was looking at the comments, it was kind of paralleling my mind, and I get distracted, but that's okay. I'll just relax a little, and again, I'm reading at the level of conflict between U.S. and China for the remainder of 2023. All right, I'm going to spread the cards because this method is not working. If I can't find it that way, usually this problem has no problem feeling the energy. All right. So I'm seeing a 9 of Cups. I don't see this as getting worse. If anything, I would say this feels more like a sort of a thawing of relations and a more of connection between the U.S. and China. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Biden and Xi Jinping meet this year. And I think that's going to kind of change the dynamic a little. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling based on that, relating to China opening up more for tourism and just international relations. I see Carrier saying, "Ask why Chinese nationals are washing up in Micronesia." I don't know. I haven't read about that. So what is happening in Micronesia? They're you mean like they're washing up, like in terms of like kind of boat people arriving? Let me see. Where is Micronesia? I know where it's generally at, but how far is it really from China? So Micronesia, oh, I see, it's near kind of northeast of Papua New Guinea. That's pretty far out there. So when you say washing up, do you mean like they're just showing up like illegally and without going through proper immigration, or you mean they're like actually literally showing up on the shore? Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see, Micronesia news. If I just search for Micronesia and China, what do I get? I don't see anything specifically about that, but yeah, feel free to clarify what you mean, and because I'm not totally clear on what you're saying. You asked though about Guam. Let me take a look, see what's going on. And again, if anyone has any other questions, things in the news, things in their area of the world they want me to read the energy for, let me know. Oh, so you're actually talking about literally people arriving in Micronesia in boats. Okay, yeah, it's quite a long trip. Okay, so I guess I'm at, so you want to know why. That's the thing though, as an energy reader, trying to read why questions is a little tricky. I guess I can frame it like, do they have on the shores? Okay, yeah. Let me read first on Guam, general energy for Guam for 2023. Pattern that I see for Guam. Let me see exactly what Guam is too. Guam's even more far out there, kind of north it looks like from Micronesia. Okay, so for Guam in 2023, the energy I'm seeing, and again, this is open question time. If anyone has a specific reading on their life, I can do that too. If they want a question about their part of the world, the fear of the energy, anything that's going on in the news, just let me know. So yeah, back to Guam. Generally, the energy for Guam in 2023. I think I'll look at that, and then I'll look at, you talked about financial, so I'll address the economy of Guam. I have to say that since I've been in, I'm in Thailand right now, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm more magically like awake right now than I was in Malaysia, but it's just a more international city, I think. So, so Guam, remainder of this year, I'm seeing the Sun card, which is, I think, one of the best cards in terms of things you can expect. I think this is a pretty great card. Let's look though specifically at the economy. The Sun though is just about really enjoying each moment and really being awake. I see what you're saying, Carrie. You were saying about the boat people and human trafficking and things like that. Yeah, I can look at that. I think that's a little easier for me to address. I can kind of see the development if that's going to be worsening, or the situation won't be improving. But let's look at Guam's economy. And any other questions, feel free to ask in the chat, guys. I think you have to be subscribed for 1 minute, but just subscribe, and if you're not subscribed, then wait 1 minute. So the economy of Guam. Not feeling it that way. The economy of Guam, I'm feeling more of this Five of Wands card, which is not, unlike the Sun, which is not about really arguing, it's about just being awake. This card is more enmeshed in worldly matters and kind of arguing amongst themselves. I feel like there's a lot of competition in Guam amongst the different businesses. It's such a small area, and they all have to compete with each other. So there is a lot of competition. I think that's kind of what's holding a lot of. I feel like this is what I see in a lot of countries that are. How do I explain this? I feel like if I say it wrong, it's going to sound condescending, and it's not meant to be that. It means where a lot of the economy is still tied to physical things, and that's what I'm getting with Guam. I feel like. I don't even know a lot about Guam, but I feel like would it be right to say that the tourism is a major part of the economy? Because that's what I'm getting from this, is that there's a lot of competition for physical resources. And the thing about physical resources is they're always limited, especially in small countries. But yeah, feel free to clarify if that makes any sense to you, Carrie. Yeah, so you asked about Micronesia, and this is very tangential to China, though. You're saying that Chinese are washing up. So are you saying that the Chinese people are being trafficked to Micronesia? Is that am I understanding that right? Or are you saying that Chinese people are trafficking people from other countries to Micronesia? Yeah, I'm not clear. But let me just see overall the kind of the corruption and human decency kind of index. Let me take a general look at that region, Micronesia, and see if I mean, human trafficking is definitely a major issue in all of Southeast Asia, and um, yeah, so it'd be nice if it, I think, addressing this connects very much to Guam, is like a lot of these things are affected by education and so on. So I think um, that's kind of like my big angle in magic, is that education really is is transformative, not just of individuals but of societies. So um, giving access to education. That's why I admire um, people like Salman Khan, who does Khan Academy, and um, even they try and make education available to as many people as possible and give them resources. So it's admirable, and I think it improves the conditions of so many people in a lot of ways. But yeah. So, anyways, but back to about the trafficking situation. Like, basically, I want to look at the next 5 years or so. Is the kind of trafficking situation in that entire region of the world, Southeast Asia and South Pacific, will it be improving, or will it be, will more people be exploited and so on? So what will the situation be for the next 5 years? I'm not going to look too far ahead. And any other questions, feel free to ask in the comments. You guys, right now I'm just basically doing open tarot readings on any issues, any personal issues. If it's not too personal, obviously, if you want a personal reading, you should contact me directly. But if it's not too impersonal, and don't use names, obviously. Or if there's anything in the world news you want me to read on. So yeah, trafficking situation, next 5 years, will it be improving? I've talked before about how literacy and magic are very strongly connected, because um, I talk about spelling both letters and also spells, like magical spells, because being able to read is, before, when most people were illiterate, was very magical. And I think literacy definitely is increasing, but the reason that media does that it allows people to basically it comes down to, I think, like media synchronizes minds in a way that, I know that I always talk about this like, is that sounding scary, but I don't think it's scary. I think it's just basically it doesn't make people the same person. It just means that their minds are more able to understand each other. Oh, okay. I think Carrie has left, so if you're not, take care. And Rosa has arrived, it looks like. Anyone else that just arrived, I am doing open tarot readings, so let me finish though this human trafficking reading that I was doing in Southeast Asia, South Pacific. So, the overall situation. I'm seeing a Two of Pentacles, which I don't see a major change. I think it's basically going to be continuing, no major improvement, but also no major worsening. So I guess there's that. Yeah, so how long have I been on? I don't even know. It's been about half an hour, I think. Yeah, so if anyone has any further things you want me to read on. I've already kind of read on China-US relations. Basically what I saw was that I don't see, actually see like an overall improvement of US and China relations between now and the end of 2023. I think I'm seeing Biden and Xi Jinping meeting, and I think that's basically overall the. I mean, it's not going to be some overnight improvement or anything, but I think just having a more open situation where Chinese and American officials can meet a little more easily now that China has reopened, I think that is affecting things. You know, like the more people like interact between countries, the more they feel connected to that country. So I'm not seeing a war this year, but yeah, not the end of conflict either. Okay, so I read on a few other things, and I basically said, y'all, if you have any specific issues you want me to read on, I can do that directly. And let me just put that up again for anyone who arrived late. And I'm doing this coupon through the end of February. I think it's 10 or 15% off any personal readings. But yeah, if nobody else has any further burning questions or things in the news they want me to read on, I'll call it a day. And as always, I plan to do more of these, but things happen and I get sidetracked and I work on other things. So I will be back when I can. And yeah, take care of you all and see you in the next one, hopefully.